There's reports coming out recently that's saying that odometer rollbacks is on the rise, costing Americans over $1 billion per year. Having that said, I've definitely had my own crazy experiences with the same type of stuff happening. So in this video, I'm going to be going over how you can actually protect yourself from this type of stuff happening to you. All right, guys, let's get to it. What's up, guys? My name is Jamal from Flipping University. In this channel, I help people go from amateur to expert so that they can build a life of freedom doing whatever they want, whenever they want. And honestly, guys, I will say that the odometer rollback stuff is not something new. It's been happening for years now. It's just that recently, I don't know what's happened, if they've gotten a new type of technology that's actually been able to make it easier to do, or whatever the case may be, but it's definitely coming back a lot stronger now more than any other time. But at the same time, even if there's a lot better tools or technology that makes it easier for scammers to do nowadays, there's also a lot of things that I do myself that can protect me from things like this happening to me as well. Because the last thing you want is to end up buying a car thinking it has like 100,000 miles on it, and then coming to find out that it actually has like 250,000 miles or possibly even 300,000 miles, where the car's about to blow up pretty soon. But before we actually get into the exact tips, I just want to tell you guys a story that's going to relate to the advice that I'm actually going to be giving you. And the story comes from around 1 year to 2 years ago. It was an Acura TL that I was checking out. It was looking good. It was posted up for a really good price. So I was like, all right, I got to shoot over there as quickly as possible. And then I got there. When I first started checking out the car, it actually wasn't looking too bad. The overall condition on the outside was actually pretty good. I took it for a test drive. There really wasn't much mechanical problems that was wrong with it as well. The car was posted for around 115,000 miles on it. But for a car with that many miles, I was like, you know what? This car seems to be pretty worn down. Like, let's say the steering wheel was a little worn down. The shift knob was worn down. The seats were pretty worn as well. Just the whole car, for the amount of miles that he was posting it up as, it seemed like it had a lot going on with it. And eventually, after asking a lot more questions from him, I actually came to find out that it was a car dealer that was selling the car themselves as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I generally stay away from actually buying cars from other car dealers, just because that I know most car dealers aren't like me. They're not people that are actually gonna have the mentality of doing to others as they want done to themselves. They just want to make money as quickly as possible by any means necessary. And then if there's a problem later on, you can't find them, you can't contact them, that's it, they're gone. So having that said, after I found that out, things were starting to click in my mind where I was like, you know what, wait a second. It might not actually have 100,000 miles on it. Maybe it has a little bit more. And because I was serious about buying the car, I wasn't just there just to kick rocks around. I ended up paying for a Carfax report, which then made me find out the car did not have 100,000 miles. It had like 250,000 miles on it. And the funniest thing was the seller's reaction to it after I told him what the report showed me. He was still trying to deny it and say that the Carfax report was wrong and that it's only an estimate for the miles, it's not the exact mileage. At that point, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to slap this guy silly. But the good thing was, honestly, it was right around the corner from me, so it wasn't like I wasted too much time just by checking it out. But from this quick story, that leads me to the tip that I would tell you guys, which is a couple things to protect yourself. One of those things being the old classic way of just being observant with how the car actually looks. If the car is posted up saying that it has like 70,000 miles on it, most likely the car is not going to be very aged, it's not going to be very worn down. If you look at things like the steering wheel, the seats, the gas pedal, the brake pedal, the shift knob, all these things shouldn't really be that worn down. And the reason why you want to use things like this to see what the mileage of the car really is because these are the things that you contact the car with the most. And so if you have a low mileage on the car, it's not going to be very worn down. If you have a lot of miles on the car and you've been touching these things frequently, it's going to have a lot of wear on it. And for those scammers out there, they're usually not going to be doing things like changing out the steering wheel and changing out the gas pedal and all that just to actually make sure that the mileage matches up with the car itself. The next thing, and the big tip that I would actually follow if I was you guys jumping into everything, is nowadays, to be honest, I don't check out any car unless they could send me the VIN number, unless it's literally right around the corner from me. And when I say right around the corner, it's got to be like within 5 minutes distance. And then with that VIN number, what you can do is you could take that VIN number, put it into Carfax Value, which is a free site that you could check. You don't have to pay for anything. And it's just going to tell you a couple simple things. It's going to tell you what the trim of the car is. It's going to give you a price breakdown on what it's like with the condition of the car. And then it's going to tell you what the reported estimated mileage is for the car as well. And that part right there is huge. There's been plenty of people that I've hit up so far asking for the VIN number for the car, and either they just won't get back to me because they know that they're hiding hiding something, so they just won't send the VIN to begin with. Or they'll send me the VIN number, I'll check that, and I won't even waste my time just because I see that the mileage is way off already. And that's the main thing to do. That's the main thing that I do to protect myself nowadays. I have a free checklist that I put together myself that goes over the 10 simple steps that I would usually follow when I'm looking to buy a good car deal, whether to just buy a car for myself or to buy a car to flip. And what I covered in this video is actually one of the steps in it, and there's 9 other helpful tips as well that goes along with the whole checklist. So if you want access to that, just go to the link in the description below. You could download it onto your phone and bring it with you with every car you're going to check out. And then in the next video, don't worry, we're going to be going over the next part of the series, flipping $1,000 to $100,000. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to be alerted when the video goes out. All right, guys, till next time, peace.